Hello future tech leaders, I am Sindhuja. Based on my own experience, I know that learning the right skills can shape our future. What if I say learning was as thrilled as the tech world itself? There we go. A cloud foundation, that's exactly what you will experience. From day one, you will be immersed in the interactive sessions and expert-led courses that covers most of the widely used technologies in the zone of data science to cloud computing, which brings more light to the life of a techie. I'm so excited to help you and unlock the true potential of a technology. Well, then why to wait? Let's see what it unfolds.
We start about today transaction data. Generally how the P2P cycle starts. Generally the requirements are generated at the department like a production department level or other departments. Once the requirements is created, how the requirements is created? It can be form of through MRP or manual. It will be created. Requirements are generated either MRP or manual creation. Once requirements are generated, the purchasing department will look into that requirements and the requirements are generated. They will make into order. When they will make into orders, when they know the vendor, they will make into orders. Otherwise, if they don't know the vendor of whom they need to procure the material, then they will go for the request for quotations and quotation, maintenance and quotation comparison. All three things can be done. Quotation, maintenance and quotation comparison. These things can be done there. Once the quotation, maintenance and comparison is done, the final vendor is selected. For that final vendor, the order can be raised over here. Once the order is changed, what happens? That guy will supply the material to us. Then we will take the goods receipts. Once goods receipt is done, what is happening? Then we will initiate it for the payments. Then we will initiate further payments. This cycle, we will call it as end-to-end cycle, like from the procurement start to payment initiation. That cycle, we call it as a P2P cycle, which is procurement to pay cycle. Here, if you have like a long-term agreement, then what you will do? You will create a contract. Contracts you will create with reference to the contract. You can create as an order. This can be also done. This is about the how P2P cycles can be done. Now today, we'll start the creation of purchase request. What does it mean by purchase request? It is an internal request from one department to another department for a requirement of a material or service, which is called as a purchase request. Generally, what are the control functions? Control functions of PR or any transaction that is not only related to the PR, it's related to all the data. What are the control functions? First control function is document type. Second one is account assignment category. Third one is categories. What controls generally, what it will control. The like a document type, what it will control, and account assignment category, what it will control, and item category, what it will control generally. The first one is document type. Generally, the document type controls type of procurement. Based on the document type only we are going to initiate whether it is a what kind of procurement or whether it is a material procurement, whether it is a service procurement. It depends on the business, like you are differentiating the type of procurements with respect to the document type. Second one is account assignment category. What is meant by account assignment category? Generally for the procurement, whatever we do, the procurement that can be assigned to particular account or GL. Which is called as an account assignment category. Generally, for example, you want to procure a stationery. That stationery will be moved to separate GL account. Like for the consumption for a particular account you want to move, then at that time you will select as a government category carry consumption. Like that, whatever the procurement you do, that can be linked to the particular accounts. Next one is item category. Generally, this item category will be used for the procurement to be assigned to particular accounts. Whether it is a subcontracting consummate third-party services. Whatever it may be, different kinds of the procurements can be assigned to the item categories. Now, and apart from that, we have some configurations. What are the configuration? Generally, we will handle. We go to SPR who spends IMG management, purchasing, purchase a request. What are those here? First one is define a document type. Second one is define a number ranges. As I know, document. Document type 2 number ranges. Next, define field selections. Select a selection to the document type. These are the 5 configurations we need to see. Then what we need to see, like we need to go for the creation of a request. Exnifiter. Change 3. Display M4. That is nothing. And the table? These are the 5 things we need to remember. Whenever we are doing the configuration about this one now, we will see that good figuring. I'm going to SPRO. Reference IMG2 Material Management Purchasing. Purchase request define document types. Here you have the different document types, but the standard document type is NV. NV I am using as my standard document type. And the item intervals. What is this item intervals? For example, I have a order. For I have a materials, 5 materials I ordered. Then you want the serial number. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 things like that you want. Or you want 10, 20, 30, 40 like that you want. That can be decided by here. Item intervals. And next one is the number ranges. Here, what kind of number ranges you want to maintain? You want to maintain internal number range or external number range that can be weighted. Next one is the field selection. This field selection will place an important role. Which field you want to make it as a mandatory? Which field you want to make it as an optional entry? That can be handed over here. And next one is overall release. Whenever we are discussing about the release strategy, we will get to know the importance of the release strategy. Initially, what I'm doing is I'm selecting this one, click on the copy as. Now I'm making as a MB, which is an internal request. Like this, you can maintain the content. Copy. This is like how we are stating the document. Type like F and D are maintained here. We define the document type. Now what we will do? We will define the number ranges. Go to change. Here, once you done that on, we just click on the free intervals. You can get to know what are the free number ranges available. For me this, only the number ranges is empty. Now I want to use this one. Toolfix 6. I'm making giving as a F and P 7 number. Now F and number ranges is created. The number range is done. And now this number range, what we need to do is we need to define the number ranges. Now we need to define the number ranges. We need to define the document type. I assign the number ranges to the document type. Next one we need to do is we need to define our assigned string layers to the document type. Now, like we defined 3 configurations, now we need to define the field selections. What is that one? Define a string layout at a document level. Here we have the standard document type called as a MBB. NB is my standard field selections. In this we are using this one. Click on the details. Now double click on it and you can see it here. Generally, the field selections which plays a major role, whether it is a required entry or mandatory or optional entry, the field available in the transaction matter. Now what I do, initially I'll select this one and I'll copy it. I'll make F1, B, B, E and the C. I'll select this one and I'll maintain store allocation as a mandatory. No, as of now, store allocation is not mandatory in the system. Now I'm maintaining this store allocation as a mandatory. Click on enter. And no data got saved. Next, what I'm doing is I'm assigning the screen layouts. Whatever the screen layouts we define, that screen layouts we need to link to the document type. Select this one. What is a document type is? For that, I'm linking this one. Now I'll link to this one. Now I've got a link. This is a thing kind of. There is one more configuration called as a defined text. Define text over here. Here, if you want to define anything, you just come over here. Now, if you want to create, select this one. Click on copy. This one. I'm maintaining this. Now, I maintain the text over here. Click this one. Combat. Now not required for the assignment of this purchase equivalence. Combat. This is like how we are maintaining the configuration. Now we need to see how our transaction data we are using for the things. Now I'm creating the purchase request me 51N. Here, what are the configuration document type we created? Whether it is there or not, you need to select what is my document type. Now I have this one. My configuration is correct. This is like how you are testing this one. Whatever the configuration you did, whether it is there or not, you are testing here. And again, you need to give a training to your user. That is done. And next I want the material. How I need to see the material? I need to go to MEM60. Then I need to enter a material for RT. We just click on enter and it is asking the plant. What is the plant? Therefore, I have entered. Now entering the asking the quantity enter. I maintain one. Now see here. I maintain the storage location is mandatory there. It is asking the storage location. What is the storage location? I have given this one. I was asking everything. This is generally we call it as a data. This is item data. This is item detail data. Here you can see this is the what are the details you required. You enter all the material number. How much quantity required? What is the delivery date? What is our plant and storage location and purchasing group? Whatever the required quantity that you can maintain are here. And if you write some instructions and you will write all instructions over here. And this is called as a detail item. Before that, if you want to select this one, if you want to create one more item, you can make it as a copy. Automatically what will happen? There is a new item will be created here. If you want to delete it, you select this one. Click on a delete button. And if you go for item details, here you can see the material data. You can see for the material. Then material description. What is the material group? All those things you can see in the material data. And in the quantity data, you can see the how much ordered quantity, how much open quantity, what is the delivery date, what is the requested date that it will be able to see here. And next is evaluation. What is the price of this one? All those things you can see it here. Next is the source of supply. If you have a source of supply system, we'll be going to make it over here. Just keep on the other source of supply. See, now you have a different source of supplies here. Which one you require? You just to select the one required source of supply over here. And go to the status. What is the status of this one like block and all those things? Then you can go for the contact details like whether it is created manually. Now you can see the creation indicator as a manually. If it is creation through the MRP automation, then you can see the indicator as a B. And who created what when he created? What is the tracking number? If required, that can be. And next is a text. Generally the text we will see whatever the receiver. Now I define the for text. I can maintain GST line N7. This is my for text. Here, like how you define the fields here that you can make in over here. And if you want to see the delivery, it is generally is planted as where you want to. That details you can see it over here. These are the different details in the purchase equation. Then once you just click on check if there is no error message. Just click on the PR. What will happen? Automatically the purchase equation is created, the number, what we maintain over here. Now you've done the testing. What kind of testing is done? Whether the number angels, whatever you maintain or not, as any or not, and document, if you maintain that is working on that. And field selection, you maintain that that is working or not. I guess to location you maintain as a mandatory and the text to field you maintain that is working on. That all details here tested in the time that she's. This is how you create a purchase request. And if you want to change the purchase request to go to me, and you change it here. For example, you want to change the quantity. Initially other one, but it is not the one, it is a 10. I want to make it. I just click on the purchase request. And if you want to display like P, or you want to display, then go to me 53 and you can maintain over here. You can check. Now you can see in the display screen. Generally what happened? You don't have any access to change. It is only the display view. Whether you need it or don't need it, I just have a display. This is about the PRP or create and change and display. And if any release strategy is there, then we'll go to me 54 NAND. Because there is no strategy is activated. Due to that, we don't have any release strategy. Once we define the strategy, I'll let you know how we are using the Me 54 NAND transaction. Next term, how we are the data will be stored. Generally, when we defining the personal situation that I will be stored in a senior. What is the table in? Even click on enter. And what is the document type? You can use FF and V and just click on the. You see that one. Whatever the P, R are created for this document type, you can see the list. And if you want to download this one, you just go to the export button, spreadsheet. Then click on the things and you can see all this. Like this business will expect the reporting, the data. Then we need to provide the data to the business and the institution. This is how we are managing this one. Next is me. Now I created a P, F and B. Now I want to create a P, R with reference to one more P, R. What is the document? You just click on the document overview on, then go to the selection variant, then go to the purchase position. Here you need to enter your document type is F and B. Just click on the execute. Select this one. Click on it, copiers. What is happening? Whatever the data contains in the earlier created P are the same data will be copied over here and created. You just click on the check and save. This is like how you can create the PR with reference to PR as well. This is about the some topics about the PR. Now we will discuss one more topic called as RFQ. What is mean by RFQ? It is a request for quotation. In normal terminology, request for quotation. Quotation maintain and quotation comparison. These are the different processes. Whenever you want to send the request quotations to the vendor, you will follow something. And if you want to quotation maintenance, then you do something. But in the SAP system, you comparing. That is like everything has different for you in the normal business terminology. But in the SAP system, request for quotations, quotation maintenance and quotation comparison will come under the single bucket. That will call it as a request for quotations. In the RFQ concept only, we will cover request for quotations, quotation maintenance and quotation comparison. It is like whenever you do not know like from whom you need to procure this material. What will happen if you do not know whom you need to procure this material? Generally, businesses what they will do, they will go for the quotation, like they will go for the bidding. Generally, they will go for the bidding or they will ask for the paper notice for the request for quotation and material and then date and the time we need this month. And also they will raise a request like guys like if you want to submit a quotation. This is a deadline for us. You need to submit a quotation on or before. On or before and date and time, then only we are considering your request. Otherwise, we want to consider your request here. What will happen in that case is people, the vendors, the people whoever that guys, those guys, what they will do, they will try to accept it. And they will send the quotations to us. And what will happen once they send the quotations? This business guys they will come by the quotations based on the different levels. They look into different things. First one is a quality, they will look into it. And the quantity, they will look into it. And the reputation of the person, the organization, they will look into it. A lot of things that they will consider when they are going for that one. And what they will do, they will compare it and finally choose it for the. They will select the one quotation and the remaining all things that they will try to reject it. Once they reject it, what is happened? Once they reject it, what they happen? Then they will inform to the another guy. Another guy. They will tell your protection is not rejected and your protection is not selected. That information they are going to inform them. Then they will ask the supplier to send the material. What the vendor will do? Once you've done the request of quotations, quotation comparison is done and you will maintain the final quotation. And that guy like once you done that one, What he will do is, he will supply the material back to you. And then we will with reference of that particular quotation. We will issue the stock. I mean, we will raise the order. Generally, we will raise the order to the end. And then similar process. Once we raise that one and that day we will supply the material, we will receive the material into the game. That is like how generally will be happens in the regular things. Now here in this process we will see how the quotation process we need to make this. How we need to handle this. End to end the process of those things. We will see. For this also there is a control functions. Document type. Document typing. Item category. These are the two control functions for the request for quotations and what the configuration we will cover. First one is we define a document type. Second one is defined by the angels. Third one is, as I have number ranges to the document type. Fourth one is a field. Selections. Next one is I. Field the selection to the top. And if you required, you maintain the defined text. For all the transaction data, whatever we're doing, everything, we need to follow the same configuration. That don't are different. But the process is, what is the configuration on HP? Reference MG. Material management. Purchasing. These things we need to. The same configuration. We need to carry it out, this as well. Once you've done the thing, then we need to test. Change of display RFQ. Compare RFQ. Sorry me, 47 is me in the north. And then all of me, 49 is compared RFQ. RFQ. Here, once you've done the comparison, you will select my selection and rejection will be happened. And the tables. The data. Wait. I don't that. These are the configurations which we need to perform for the RFQ. Like we need to go through the configuration, then we need to perform this entire the transactions. Even RFQ also we can. Here the different like create RFQ and create RFQ with reference to P. Earlier what we did, we created RFQ. Sorry. And also we can create R. Create a PR with reference to PR. Similar fashion we can create. Every data will be linked now. You will understand how it will be linked and what are the things will be going to handle the end when the concepts are. This is about the generally how we'll handle the RFQ and all those things we are going to maintain. And finally, do not forget to like, share and subscribe to our channel.